Yo, what's good, people? It's your boy Hard8, the truth of YouTube, your favorite commentator's favorite commentator. Yeah, what's up, people? What's happening? You already know the deal. If you missed my last video, the link is down below. Facebook groups, gamer tags, Twitter, Instagram, all that good shit is down below. So please go and check it out. Now, this is going to be my first impressions for God of War on the PS4. Of course, it's on a fucking PS4. What you talking about? But this is going to be my first impressions for God of War. I don't think I'm going to use any gameplay because it's hard to, like, have gameplay without showing any type of spoilers or anything like that. You know, it's a single-player game. It's based on that, so it's really not much you can show. So I probably won't use no gameplay. So it's all good. You could probably listen to this while you're at work or listen to this while you're surfing the web or cleaning the house or whatever you may be doing, playing the game. You can listen to my first impressions, but I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. So I just rather not have no gameplay. All right? Cool? Cool. So my first impressions of God of War, let me see. This is definitely a very different game from the God of War we all know and love. This is definitely more in line with The Last of Us than it is God of War, any of the previous 6 games. I want to say I'm about 4 to 5 hours deep into the single player. And I definitely can feel The Last of Us connection as far as you having your little son Atreus with you and the walking and the talking and the things like that. It's very Last of Us-esque, I guess you could say. Like I said, it could be more comparable to The Last of Us than it can be to the previous God of War games. Minus the gunplay and things like that. But as far as the foundation of the gameplay, it's definitely more in line with The Last of Us than the previous God of War. This is a very, very different God of War. This is a huge departure from the God of War we have all come to know and love. One of the issues I have with the game so far is the voice acting. The voice actor, Kratos' voice. This is the first time that this has ever in life actually bothered me that the voice actor was changed. I'm not really one to get caught up on who does the voice work or anything like that, because a lot of the times when you look at something like a Batman or like even like a Joker, you got Hamill, you got Baker, they both did their thing for Joker. I guess you could say that Baker was trying to sound like Hamill or whatever like that. He made that Joker voice. So it's all in line with the Joker. So that didn't really bother me. But this right here is a huge difference. After 6 games and Kratos being such a staple in the gaming industry, to go and change his voice to me was huge, man. It really was. And this is the first time the voice acting, the voice actor change has really affected me, right? I think T.C. Carson could have played this Kratos just fine. Some people say Kratos, he couldn't do it because they needed a more calmer Kratos and shit like that. But we saw Kratos be calm in previous games. In God of War 3, he wasn't yelling and screaming when he was talking to Pandora. You know what I mean? So he could have did it. He could have pulled it off. But I don't really know why they changed the voice actor, man. Like, imagine if they just imagine the next Uncharted. Let's say if there's another Uncharted, Drake just had a whole different voice. Like, that shit would be crazy, right? Like, most people probably would not like that shit. Like, if Kratos just had a whole different voice, like, just sounded like somebody else, you would not like that. And that's kind of how it is with this. It's just like, what the fuck? Or just imagine, like, the Joker just had, like, a whole different voice. Like, just sounded like somebody totally different than the Joker. That's how this sounds with this God of War. It doesn't kill the game for me. It's just that because this is not like a reboot or anything like this. This is a continuation of the God of War series. You know what I mean? This God of War is taking place after God of War 3. Like, he still has the scar in his stomach and all of that shit. Like, this is a continuation of previous God of Wars. So changing the voice actor like they did, I'm just not really a big fan of that. I'm just not. I'm not. You know, it hasn't killed the game for me that much, but it's definitely a negative. So I'm not a big fan of that, but it's okay. As far as the story goes, so far the story has been kind of slow. Like I said, I'm about, I want to say 4 hours deep. I might be a little bit more because I pretty much was playing all night. You know what I mean? I took what I was about to say. Damn, I forgot the fuck I was about to say. Anyway, I pretty much was playing all night. So far, the story is pretty slow. It got some great moments. One of the boss battles was fucking amazing. The destruction that's going on during this boss battle is amazing. I love it. We already know the graphics are top notch. I'm favoring the resolution over performance. I'd rather just play at the 30 frames rather than play at the fluctuating frame rate. So I'm favoring the resolution, and it looks great. We all already know it looks great. Atreus isn't annoying as I thought he might be, or at all. You know, he's pretty funny moments. Got some pretty facial expressions. I'm not really complaining, even though it's a lot closer to Last of Us than it is to the previous God of Wars. That's not necessarily a bad thing. God of War definitely needed a change. So I don't know if the change needed to be this dramatic, but at the end of the day, so far, it's not a bad thing. The combat is pretty good. Throwing the axe and then calling it back, I love it. It's amazing. Even using, the hand-to-hand combat, the punches feel like they really hurt. There's really a lot of knock behind these punches and things like that. I like some of the execution moves or the finishing moves, whatever you want to call them. But throwing the axe and calling it back, that's one of my favorite mechanics. I love it. I went with the classic controls. I think the attack button is I'm using triangle and a square because that's just what I was used to using on the previous God of War game. So I went with the classic controls. They seem to work good for me. I didn't really want the bumpers to be the attack buttons. So yeah, the HDR looks great on the game. Of course, y'all already know I'm playing on a 75-inch Sony 4K HDR X940E. It looks beautiful. Can't say much more about the graphics. It looks absolutely beautiful. But like I said, this is just first impressions. If I had to, so far, do I see the game as like a perfect 10 or a 95 like it is on Metacritic? So far, no. In my opinion, no. Like I said, I'm about 3-4 hours in. I think I'm about 4 hours in. I want to say maybe 3-4. Okay, this is how far I just got to the part where I got some black fog or black smoke blocking my way. You know what I mean? I can't get past this black fog or black smoke. So if you're playing the game and you're further than me, you know what I'm talking about, then you probably can guess how many hours I'm in the game. I have been exploring, looking for collectibles and things like that. So I might not be that far into the game story-wise, but being though that I'm looking for collectibles and going off the beaten path and doing shit like that, I got about 4 hours in. 3-4 hours in, something like that. I wonder if you can check the time. But like I said, if I had to rate the game right now, so far, it's definitely not a perfect 10. That one boss fight was fucking amazing. Like, god damn, that shit was amazing. So far, that's been a highlight of my my gameplay so far, of my journey so far. I think I fought 2 trolls already, and so in that boss fight, which was crazy. If you play the game, you know what the fuck I'm talking about. That shit was amazing. But I wouldn't rate it a 10 so far. And I'm just saying, as far as right now, first impressions, if I had to give it a score on what I played so far, is it a masterpiece? No. But I still got a long way to go. So by the end of the game, I'm hoping that changes. But not to say it's a bad game. I'm enjoying the game. I'm having fun with the game. It's a decent game, very good looking game. I'm enjoying the story so far, but it's just not like I'm not blown out of my seat. That boss fight though, that had my jaw on the floor. But other than that, it's been kind of it's been okay. It's been decent. You know what I mean? It's been decent. So that's my first impressions. Maybe I'll do a review. I don't know. We'll see. I'm playing with my chick, so we both are on different schedules. So I can't play like right now, and I can't play because she's not here. You know what I mean? So I have to wait. She done got invested into the game. She's like, we going to play God of War later. You going to wait till I get home to play God of War? Yeah, I'm going to wait. So I got to wait, so. But I'm going to be on it this weekend, definitely. But anyway, that's my first impressions. Let me know what y'all think down in the comments section. If you liked the video, thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. It's your boy Hard8. I'm gone. Deuces.
Hey, hey. New shoes on the Range Rover, good with mine. Motherfuckers act like I